The following is a fan-based narrative. Please support the official release.
Hey guys, if we reach 1,000 likes, we'll be giving out 2 of our new shirts. All you gotta do is click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Literally no one on the ship from the wide shot. I get it, it's animation, but if you're going to do a wide shot, then don't make it an empty area, then suddenly have it populated.
Welcome aboard the Lux Deluxe, where you'll set sail for a full week of luxuriating on our most deluxe luxury liner.
Considering how the people working on the ship are teens, this article reads a lot as if it's a teen trying to hit a word count on an essay.
Twilight, this cruise has everything!
I think
the ship shouldn't actually be rocking nearly this much, and it's a sign of a huge problem.
I was hoping we could do something without having to battle equestrian magic for a change.
we couldn't even spend the day at Equestria World without creating a calamity.
If you wanted to do something without involving magic, you probably shouldn't get everyone together for a trip. Every time you do, magical calamities happen. Most of these magical events only trigger in response to your own magic. So, in other words, it's all your fault.
What is it? Evil magic? A GPS alert! We're in international waters! Tax-free shopping!
You think the IRS would actually let you get away with that? Or the crews would miss out on collecting that sweet revenue for themselves? You're also most likely now paying American tax since the ship is registered in America, or this world's version of America.
How about one fresh from the oven?
Not sure how Rainbow Dash got there to see that, since we didn't see her in the hallway before. But that aside, why she assaulted the person for having a spatula makes literally no sense, as she was concerned about equestrian magic and not the much more realistic form of normal crimes. Also, the chef probably would have had this cake pre-sliced just like with all the other cakes out there to avoid guests needing to cut them themselves. Also, no one realistically would use a spatula to cut a cake. This is 4 kids level of censoring. That cake turned into pudding really quick.
You have 42 grandchildren? Wow, Mr. Bouncy, that is impressive. I'd love to meet them.
No ship would have over 42 rabbits. Also, these are his grandchildren, not his children. So most likely the rabbit population on the ship is like triple that number.
Eat carrots?
Yeah, evil carrots!
Prospect of evil carrots scares off all the animals because reasons. Where exactly do animals hide, especially the birds, considering they're all in one room?
Or you're seasick. Because of evil magic?
Rainbow Dash is for some reason forgetting her own character of loyalty and pretty much ruins the entire trip for her friends. It was bad in Las Pegasus, and it's just as bad now.
Has anyone seen bad magic on board?
And we can show this, but God forbid a chef uses a knife. This much powder and smoke is definitely a safety hazard and fire hazard. Probably why you shouldn't hire teenager talent that's unsupervised.
Prepare yourself! I'm ready for anything!
I'm pretty sure this is a JoJo reference.
For the great and powerful Trixie of the high seas! 2 shows daily, tip your waitresses. If you're hoping for a glimpse of the ultimate power in the universe, you'll have to wait until tonight.
If she's not currently putting on a show, then what's with all the smoke? Did everyone leave mid-set before? Since Flash and the others knew the magic show was bad. But if that's the case, why would she only announce herself and her name at the end of her set? Also, what happened to all the smoke? Because without some extreme fans, this place should still be completely covered in it, like when you give a group of teenagers the jewel pin.
Well, obviously. Now, do you mind helping me shove this 10-foot handkerchief down my
Nice, another sound clip for the YouTube poopers, because this will be taken out of context so far. What, you have hoodies, hats, and glasses, and dresses, sure, I guess, but this is an illustrious prom dress in a gift shop. Why?
$9.99.
You really had to wait for that tax-free period to spend $9 on a pair of sunglasses. The element of generosity, everyone. Also, they're saying $9.99 for all of this. I don't know how expensive tax is, but this would literally have to be over 100% tax to make it anything worthwhile to get this tax-free. The cashier magically disappears.
Quite right. Lovable scamp like myself.
The cashier magically reappears. Wow, she should be the one running Trixie's magic show.
Oh, ragamuffin. That's my name, isn't it? Need a hand?
Worse accent than Octavia. This goes nowhere, makes no sense, and is unfunny. So of course this will be a returning gag. Guitar works with no amp.
Look at us, getting ready to play at a pool party. Who knows what hijinks will ensue, am I right?
So do they ever get paid for these gigs? And what cruise ship not only hired a teenage magician, but teenage relatively unknown musicians as well? Then again, it seems like the vast majority of people on board are from the same school, so fuck it, why not?
I'm talking rainbow lasers.
Is that a thing?
The rainbow lasers! I don't think that's a thing.
You've literally vomited rainbow lasers in the Battle of the Bands, and have shot rainbows from your guitars. This concept is not new.
Hello, darlings. Where have you been?
Having a little chat with old ragamuffin she was.
She had her bags taken to the stage instead of her room because, again, reasons. Also, Sunset Shimmer is wearing a choker, and the only reasons one could possibly wear that is for not very wise 7 reasons. Derpy Buru, have fun with that. So the second stereo wasn't here until the very last minute, but the first one was already there. I'm not exactly sure why this is even a thing, why they even bothered animating this. Flash falling for his ex again, further reminding me that yes, of course, EQG still needs that vaguely hidden love plot. So is magic not hidden, or because it seems pretty blatant? I mean, they've already ended up on the internet transforming, but the fact these girls haven't been party banned for experiments makes me still think this is secret.
The good news is, now that it's dark, maybe my brain won't know I'm on a boat. Oh no, it hurt me.
Shouldn't the lack of motion on the boat help with the motion sickness, since the ship isn't even moving?
We should split up and search the ship. Who's with me?
Another reoccurring gag that's not funny, but the writers really think it is, so it's just gonna constantly be put in here.
I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, but may I?
The entire crew allows a teenager to work on a ship despite having no formal training.
Triple choco berry blasted butter biscuit bun cake. Here I come.
Who said that?
No one!
So if she doesn't know it's Pinkie Pie, then why would it be so problematic for a guest who paid for the buffet to come in and eat?
Who needs electricity when you have the whatever this is?
Rarity, like every 18-year-old on spring break, is apparently more concerned with getting laid than literally them being stranded.
All that's left is to hold this lead wire in place while the auxiliary unit cycles, and everything should be back to normal in 3, 2, 1. No time for that!
Just in case you forgot Rainbow Dash was being a dick in this episode, the writers decided to vehemently reaffirm that Rainbow Dash is in fact a dick by ruining everything at the last minute. Again.
Oh no, actually, in a school production of Bedazzled, I played a coal miner's daughter who danced in bedazzled magical boots from her fairy boot mother. So...
Element of generosity shows why she's not the element of honesty by lying to get laid.
What? What you saw was probably nothing more than an innate phosphorescent biochemical property of common algae. What?
Algae probably doesn't form ancient-looking symbols in the ocean, but Rainbow Dash, suffering from the side effects of Baticus Rhydicus, never brings up this point. And yes, I get it, Twilight's a straight man. She's a woman of science and doesn't believe in most magical things. This would make a lot of sense for her to doubt Rainbow Dash, if it wasn't for the fact that she routinely ponies up, destroys magical artifacts, and, oh, by the way, has a gem on her that allows her to levitate objects.
We are not superheroes!
Excuse me! We're just ordinary girls who have saved the world from complete destruction multiple times!
Yes, you do routinely save the world, and you fly, and have super strength. This denial is tantamount to Superman saying he's just normal. So if the ship has no power, how did they make all of this? If they have generators, then why can't they turn on the lights? Maybe they view the food as being more important at this point, but they certainly don't seem like they're rationing with their teas, eggs, fancy omelets, and cheese sandwiches. This is all a lot of food for one person.
No one's blaming you for wanting to give us a normal spring break. We'd be having one if it weren't for me. I brought magic to this world in the first place.
What about the sirens who literally came here thousands of years before you?
How about we make sure Rainbow Dash knows that too?
Apparently, they're rationing food, but no one actually eats theirs.
You don't think she went off into the storm, do you?
Yes, this is why you have your lifeboats guarded, so teens don't try to jump on the boat and run away.
You're going after her?
She wouldn't even be out there if I hadn't brought magic to this world in the first place.
Again, you didn't bring magic. There are multiple instances of people being thousands of years old who brought magic far before you. It feels way less endearing that she keeps on bringing this up and more like she's throwing a pity party.
I'll fix the engine while you're gone. We'll be ready to go before that storm hits us.
But you're seasick. Going below deck is the worst thing you could do.
So you're sending the person who gets seasick with some mechanic experience to the worst part of the boat to fix the engine. Twilight, the one who literally fixed the engine or nearly did, is instead going with you on the island, even though Applejack would be the one that excels best on the island. Not to mention Applejack has super strength and it's better able to fight off a myriad of enemies.
You forgot to untie the rope.
Oh yeah.
A rope so loose you can undo it with one hand probably meant that it wasn't really keeping the boat tethered anyway. Side Twi abuse. The writers really like making sure that you get your daily reminder she's a nerd and therefore can't walk without tripping.
Don't struggle. We'll find something to pull you out.
Struggle?
Something? You mean like magic levitation to pull her out? I've seen enough TRY to know where this is going.
Take my hand!
Again, she could have at any point levitated her out.
Something like this before. This is definitely equestrian magnet.
You know, I find it really hard to believe that the only equestrian magic that glows would be portals to other worlds. That's racist. And these glasses stay on despite having no arms.
You know, Twilight, since I kind of messed things up on the boat, maybe this could be your vacation.
Shouldn't we be getting back?
It's just a little rain. I'm sure our friends are fine.
The vacation in another world where no one knows where you are while the boat sits idle in the ocean with no power. The only place to get to you is under quicksand in front of a huge monster. And it wasn't even raining. In fact, at no point does it ever rain, because that would add too much to the budget. They forgot to actually add the magic color here, so the effect on the pod just makes it look like it's a spooky haunted watering pod.
We better keep a low profile. Follow my lead.
Why? Is it hidden that there's another world? And it's not like this world isn't used to seeing duplicates of the same people. Realistic horse noise.
A little higher on the left. Now on the right. A little more.
Twilight has perfect magic precision, but instead she still makes Spike manually do this.
Applejack said to tell you she's about to reconnect the engine and we might feel a little jolt. Oh, when? She didn't say.
Going at this speed, they should have crashed into the rocks and the island long ago.
Oh, hey, Rainbow Dash, pony with glasses who I don't recognize. Here, you have to try this. It's a fresh batch!
Somewhere, a news reporter is feeling very validated right now.
Ow! Too hot! It needs to be like 20% cooler.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. Why exactly did everyone have life vests on before the ship was sinking? Maybe I'm just unaware of the safety procedure on a boat with no guards, radios, flares, and completely ran by teenagers, but this seems like a little premature.
But luckily, my friends and I were able to work together to drain his magic and seal his power into this.
You didn't steal his power, you killed him. In fact, the power of the staff was the magic siphoned from the princesses. So, did you seal your own magic away?
Don't pony freak out, but I think maybe there's a chance when we destroyed the Storm King, we didn't capture all his magic and maybe a bit found its way into your world. It might be turning into a giant magic storm and threatening your friends as we speak.
You mean kill, and you didn't do it. It was Tempest who went full murder-suicide on him.
No time to lose. Let's do this. Everybody grab on. Right.
Wait, so how did they defeat the plant monster? And how did they get out of the quicksand since they had to go through that in order to get there?
It's hero time!
Blatant ripoff of Ben 10. And now a blatant ripoff of the Incredibles scene.
It's not your fault. The storm was equestrian magic. Rainbow Dash was right all along.
Why are you validating her shitty behavior? She's the reason the storm triggered in the first place. Unless there was another equestrian magic user in the area, it would have never happened. She's an alicorn in the human world, but for some reason not in the pony world. Since the Shimmer uses her power to figure out something anyone with eyes could have.
Triple complimentary plastic butter biscuit bucket!
How is her foot stuck by cake and it's stuck to a paperweight? How is she not strong enough to lift it up?
For all coal turn to diamonds!
That's the best advice I've ever heard.
Thank you. Wait, what?
So what was the point of the accent? Are we ever gonna know? Was there any real payoff for this joke at all?
So, now what?
I might have a way home, but it's kind of weird. We're back!
Again, so equestrian magic isn't secret at all then. Everyone knows. They literally went to Equestria. So how is this not international news?